Hey everyone at Liverpool's Own News. Oh, blimey, lads and lasses, hold on to your hats because I've got a bombshell that's just exploded across the football world like a thunderclap on a clear Anfield night. This ain't no ordinary bit of gossip from the terraces. This is earth-shattering, game-changing, heart-pounding news that's going to have every Red supporter from the Cop to the farthest corners of the globe jumping out of their seats and screaming with disbelief. Picture this, Liverpool Football Club, the mighty Reds, the team that's been the beating heart of English football for generations, has just pulled off what might be the most audacious, the most cunning, the most downright brilliant transfer coup of the decade. We're talking about Sergiño Dest. Yes, that lightning-fast, trickster-footed American sensation from PSV Eindhoven, and he's coming to Anfield. But wait, hold your horses, because this ain't your run-of-the-mill big money splash. No, sir. Due to some contractual wizardry that's got the lawyers scratching their heads and the agents popping champagne corks in secret, Dest is arriving on Merseyside for absolutely zilch. That's right, free as a bird, gratis, naught to pay up front. It's like finding a winning lottery ticket in your old pair of footy boots. And get this, his salary? Low as a snake's belly, mates. We're talking a modest wage packet that won't even make a dent in the club's coffers, something around the 50 grand a week mark, with bonuses tied to appearances and clean sheets that could bump it up if he lights up the pitch like we know he can. But oh, the details, the juicy behind-the-scenes intrigue that's been bubbling away like a pot on the boil. Let me paint the picture for you in that proper scout's drawl us 40-somethings from Liverpool know so well. You know, the kind where every word's got a bit of grit and passion, like Kenny Dalglish himself whispering tactics in your ear. It all started months ago in the shadowy underbelly of European football negotiations, where deals are done in dimly lit hotel rooms and over encrypted phone lines that make James Bond jealous. Picture the scene. Liverpool's top brass, no names mind, but you know the types, sharp-suited fellas with eyes like hawks. They've been eyeing Dest for ages, ever since he tore up the Eredivisie like a whirlwind. But PSV weren't keen on letting them go easy, oh no. There were rival clubs sniffing around, big beasts from Spain and Germany, throwing their weight about with bids that could have bought a small country. Barcelona, his old stomping ground, were lurking in the background, whispering sweet nothings about a return, and even some Italian giants were making late-night calls, trying to hijack the whole thing. Tension was thicker than fog on the Mersey, lads. Secret meetings in Amsterdam cafes where agents huddled over coffees, haggling over every clause like it was the last pint in the pub. Pressure mounted. Deadlines loomed, with PSV demanding a king's ransom at first, something north of 30 million quid. But then, bam, contractual issues surfaced like a submarine from the depths. Turns out, Dest's deal with PSV had these hidden escape clauses, loopholes big enough to drive a double-decker bus through, triggered by performance metrics and international caps that weren't met just right. Liverpool pounced like a lion on a gazelle. Late-night zone calls across time zones, with our lot twisting arms and sweet-talking, all while keeping it under wraps from the prying eyes of the press. Suspense built day by day. Would the rival swoop in? Would PSV dig their heels in? Hearts were racing, phones were buzzing, and finally, in a dramatic 11th-hour twist, the papers were signed under the cover of darkness. Contract length? A solid 5 years, locking him down till he's pushing 30, with an option for another 2 if he proves his worth. Bonuses galore, 10 grand per goal involvement, 20 grand for every Champions League clean sheet, and hefty chunks for lifting trophies. We're talking millions if he helps bring home the silverware. Clauses? Oh, plenty. Release triggers if he hits certain assist tallies. Buyback options for PSV that are so inflated they're basically worthless. And performance-based escalators that could see his low base salary double if he becomes the assist king of the Premier League. Metas? Ambitious ones. 10 assists in his first season, 80% pass completion in key games, and leading the team in successful dribbles. This deal's got more layers than an onion, and it's all stacked in Liverpool's favor. Now, let's dive deep into the man himself, Sergiño Dest, the player who's about to set Anfield alight like the fireworks on bonfire night. Born in the Netherlands to an American dad and a Dutch mom, he kicked off his journey in the youth ranks of Almere City, but it was at Ajax where the magic really sparked. Ajax, that cradle of total football, molded him into a beast. He burst onto the scene as a teenager, zipping up and down the right flank like a rocket on skates. From there, it was off to Barcelona in 2020, rubbing shoulders with the elite, even if injuries and squad rotations tested his mettle. Loan spells at AC Milan honed his skills further, adding that Italian defensive steel to his Dutch flair, before landing at PSV, where he's been tearing it up with goals, assists, and that trademark swagger. Titles? He's got a cupboard full. Eredivisie winner with Ajax in 2019 and 2020, Dutch Cup in 2019, and even a Copa del Rey with Barca in 2021. Premios? Nominated for the Golden Boy Award back in the day, USMNT Player of the Year nods, and consistently in the Eredivisie Team of the Season. Convocations for the selection. Over 20 caps for the USA national team, starring in the World Cup, where he dazzled with his pace and precision crosses that had defenders chasing shadows. Style of play? Oh, mate, where do I start? He's a modern fullback's dream, primarily right back, but versatile enough to slide in on the left or even push up as a winger. Technically, he's silk, dribbling like a street footballer from the favelas, one-touch passes that slice through lines, and crosses that bend like Beckham's famous free kicks. Physically, built like a tank but light as a feather, 5'9", of pure explosive power, with speed that clocks sub 11 seconds over 100 meters, endurance to run marathons in 90 minutes, and agility that lets him twist past markers like they're statues. Mentally, tough as old boots, resilient after setbacks, with that winner's mentality that echoes the greats. Comparisons? Think Donny Alves meets Trent Alexander-Arnold, but with an American twist. That flair of Alves' attacking raids mixed with Trent's vision, all wrapped in Dest's unique energy. Points forte? Unmatched overlapping runs, defensive recoveries that save games, and set-piece delivery that's deadly. Fracos? Sometimes overcommits going forward, leaving gaps, and his heading could use a polish, but blimey, in a team like ours, that'll be ironed out quick smart. Why was he contracted, you ask? Because Liverpool needed that spark, that X factor on the flanks to elevate us from contenders to conquerors. He's going to change the level of the team overnight. Imagine the dynamism, the whiff, the unpredictability he'll bring. No more predictable build-ups. With Dest marauding forward, defenses will crumble like a house of cards in a gale. He fits the current squad like a glove, slotting seamlessly into that high-pressing fluid system, providing balance on the right, linking up with midfield masters and forwards in ways that'll have opponents quaking. Picture this. Remember the old idols of Liverpool? Those legends who defined what it means to wear the red. Lads like Kenny Dalglish, the king himself, with his vision and guile that won us leagues and cups galore back in the 70s and 80s. Or Ian Rush, the goal machine who terrorized defenses with his pace and finishing, banging in over 300 for us. Steven Gerrard, the local hero with that thunderous right foot and never-say-die spirit that lifted the Champions League in Istanbul. Even Billy Little, the flying Scotsman from the 50s, whose wing play was poetry in motion. Dest channels that same electric energy. He's got the flair of Dalglish, the speed of Rush, the heart of Gerrard, and the wing wizardry of Little. This ain't just a signing, it's a resurrection of that Anfield magic, a nod to our glorious past, while blasting us into a future of dominance. But hang on, the suspense ain't over yet. Let's build it up, shall we? Imagine the first time he pulls on that famous red shirt, the roar of the cop as he charges down the touchline, leaving fullbacks in his dust. Will he score on debut? Will he set up the winner in a derby? The possibilities are endless, and the drama's just beginning. This low-salary steal, this contractual masterstroke, it's got the hallmarks of a transfer that'll be talked about for years, whispered in pubs from Liverpool to London, debated on every football show. Rivals are seething. How did we snag 'em for free? Agents are rewriting their playbooks, and fans everywhere are buzzing. This changes everything, mates. The Premier League won't know what's hit it. European nights at Anfield will be even more electrifying. The football world as we know it is tilted on its axis. Liverpool's back, bigger, bolder, and with Sergiño Dest leading the charge, we're unstoppable. So,